category. And a repeat of the World Championship final. Mortaz Abdel Salam from Egypt. Man with the big punches up against Kuan Abduraimov from Kazakhstan. You saw that fight.
I did. What a great opportunity to come back and have a chance to rematch again. That's the beauty of what the World Cup presents for some of these fighters. Making it through a large draw at the World Championships and then being able to come back and fight some of the folks that they lost against in the finals.
Revenge in the air here. Raimov is a bit of a fan favorite in Jakarta. Made short work of his opponents in the earlier fights and was a bit of a favorite in the final, but ended up losing to Abdel Salam.
Well, Abdel Salam imposing as well. You see him. He uses his size, even with a big guy, to
surprisingly quick with his hands.
Yeah.
Man, that size certainly has dynamite in those gloves.
It's a nice spinning side kick.
As you can see, Abduraimov, the taller of the two. So far, Abdel Salam doesn't see that as a problem, finding his way in, catching that leg. And even these big guys have got incredible balance.
That's right. It's a nice roundhouse kick from Kwan, but Abdel Salam clearly ahead in the points, and no doubt exactly what happened for him in the World Championships.
Just not been active enough so far. Biding his time, trying to find the Egyptian.
That's a huge throw for Kwan.
Already blowing hard by the look of things.
Kwan has strong and fast legs if he's able to use them.
That's a huge knockout, right. I remember, in Jakarta. I think it was the Australian fighter he knocked out. Oh no, it was the guy from Cameroon, it was.
From Cameroon.
Yeah. And he's come back into this round.
That was a nice kick.
We come towards the last 10 seconds. And the big boys putting on quite a show here.
A nice fight for the audience, so we'll see some.
I'll see how much they've got left in the tank now. That was a very busy first round, which goes in favor of the world champion.
We'll see what kind of highlights we might have from these two guys.
Oh, it was a fierce start to this encounter. Abdel Salam throwing down the gauntlet straight away.
That's a beautiful spinning side kick there and a push kick.
It does surprise me, the speed shown by these guys.
That is a great example of fighters at this level having both power, size, speed, and their ability to use hands and legs.
And as you pointed out, the balance as well. I mean, it's rare that you see all of the attributes on display. Both these fighters certainly fit into that category. And that long looping right hand from Abdel Salam. Doesn't score this time, but dangerous weapon. Coming over the top of Abderrahimov's guard.
There's a measuring Kwon for that right. That's right. That
big looping right hand.
You watch him measuring him with his kick to get his punching distance.
Not quite as busy a start as in the first round. Catching him on the way in with the right hand. Not sure if there was enough power on it to be a scoring shot.
And this is what has made the difference from Abdel Salam. We saw him answer a heavy thigh kick with another thigh kick of his own, but he also had that looping right that you've talked about. That's making the difference in the point differential for these two fighters. Evenly matched here in the first 45 seconds, but Abdel Salam just adds point here, point there.
It's a very close second round, this. The Egyptian with a slight edge. There's some work here for Abderrahimov. He wants to keep the bout alive. Urging him on here, his coach, Abderrahimov.
So here in the last 20 seconds, he's just edged ahead with that 2 kicks now. And Kwon got a few of those points back with the takedown.
It's going to be close, but is it close enough?
Abdel Salam held on there.
Far more even second round.
Here's a case where that fight could have gone, and it did. Kwon actually held on there. We have had a split round from one of our judges. So we'll see a third round with these exciting fighters.
Indeed.
Kwon has to feel a bit energized.
Well, up he comes. Our man from Kazakhstan.
So there's a lot of water during the break, and the platform referee just told the corner that they have to clean them off before the fight resumes for what we hope is an exciting third round. They've both battled here.
Everything to fight for now. And this is not a round robin, this is a semi-final, so final place up for grabs here. And this one could go either way. Well, there's that speed from Abdel Salam. And these guys, despite being heavier than the 90-kilogram guys, they both seem to be faster.
Absolutely. Abdel Salam ahead on the board already here in the first 30 seconds of the fight. Kwon doesn't want him to build up such an insurmountable lead in the first minute of the fight, so he needs to get on the board if he's going to have a fighting chance of winning this third round. We know Abdel Salam is going to hang in there and throw a lot more techniques than Kwon does.
He was blowing hard as he got back onto the lay tie at the end of, or the beginning of this round, but still seems to have some gas in the tank. Abdel Salam. Biding their time here. I know that these points are going to prove vital. Hunting his prey, Abduraimov. And there's that booming right again. This time hitting the top of Abduraimov's head.
Kwan really fought to hang on there. He couldn't hold on to the glove.
We're inside the last 30 seconds of this bout now.
His corner's trying to tell him to get more techniques out, but Abdusalam is pretty solidly ahead.
Well, he's not going to have enough time to mount any sort of a comeback here. And he's going to be the reigning world champion. But,
got a nice takedown with 2 extra points, but not enough. So here was an example of he had such a gap to make up between the points.
There it is.
Look at how close he was. 2 out of the 5 judges actually scored him as winning the round. 1 more judge and he would have...
Well, another fantastic contest between these 2 fighters. They do seem to bring out the best in one another. And that concludes the men's action today. We've got some exciting action from the women coming up again.